What's up, guys, and welcome back to the replay of the second Danny's Basement Game Jam. This is the third time I've recorded the voiceover for this. Wow. Okay, so yeah, this time I had another mental blank. Great. So, hasn't really improved from the last previous experience in voiceovering. So yeah, we got straight into the game. The theme is Once Upon a Terrible Time. No forced creativity there, which kinda sucks, seeing as in the game jam you really want forced creativity to improve it. So I started off with Guy Falls in Hole. Great theme idea. Also, you'll notice that my recording was like a bit better set up this time. Also I have my music playlist because originally this was going to be streamed on Twitch. It didn't happen, like I think it just said no. So anyway, I started straight off into the menus. Great idea, it's a great place to start. I usually start on a menu. It's just makes the rest of the game easier to work with. Escape the Underland. That was a terrible name idea. I'm glad I changed it. So, yeah. Just trying to design a menu with like a really cool transition. And then I threw in my template version of the About section. And then I got to work on my scene changing script, because this is something I kind of have in like every project. I'm probably doing it in a wrong fashion, but that's how I do it. What am I writing? Oh yes, I'm trying to make the system that makes the whole thing work. How does it work, you ask? I don't know. So, don't ask. There's a fun fact. And yeah, doing a little bit of chatting with my boy Arch Galaxy for the music. He actually already finished the track, which did get put into the game at the very end credits. I originally was gonna soundtrack the whole game, but that didn't happen. So yeah, I just threw it in the end there. And then so yeah, interesting style of gameplay choice because I'm smart. So of course I'm using the Unity 3D engine. But I'm like, what if we did everything in 2D? Because that was very brain cells of me. It wasn't. So yeah, I decided to make my entire game in 2D. Not very smart. So like, all the elements of the game are actually 2D, but it takes place in a 3D perspective. I don't know why I did this, but I did. So it actually turned out pretty okay. I'd like to think. Looks somewhat good. So yeah, mostly just designing the open area at the moment, which start area. Designing the very start of the game and making sure code works, and yeah, just giving it some visual appeal. Because that was a large portion of my game, was the visual appeal, because the game doesn't have a whole lot else otherwise. It's just all garbage. With some other stuff thrown in. And then we gotta have important part in a game about underground is big hole. So yeah, made one of them. What am I doing right now? I don't know. Oh, there's a torch. Yeah, I made a torch. At some point I make it flicker. It's pretty cool. I'm writing mysterious codes that I can't read because it's so low resolution. I don't know what I'm doing right now in case you can't tell. I usually, like, do voicing in the moment, but I'm doing a voiceover because, yeah, there's not really a way to convert 5 days worth of audio into 20 minutes. So yeah, right now, just sort of making the torch and making it work, and also, there we go, there's that beautiful flicker. Love that. I'm very proud of that. What am I making? Oh, we got, so yeah. Making a little pathway. This is before I realized I was doing a very dumb thing throughout this entire first section, which is I was using planes to put my textures on instead of quads. What does that mean, you ask? Basically, the image itself is basically kind of small on the 3D object, so the hitboxes were skewed AF. So that caused a lot of problems. I had to do a lot of reworking earlier on. Here I get kind of sidetracked looking into the Discord PC because someone's really good at OSU. So probably around here is when I realized that my physics is going to poop itself. Yeah, there it is. And then we gotta do just a smidge bit of patching, and we can get this hole to work. Make a function door, and then set up a little trigger system, so that way events can be detected. I'm certain I did this in a bad fashion, but I don't know any better ways of doing it, so that's how it's gonna be. whatever reason my music recording just dipped out there. It's back now. And this is mostly just event tweaking and getting everything working. And then we get to the fun bit, which is Big Hole. Get to the fun bit here, Scratch. Please. Okay, we're getting in some audio for Big Hole, because yeah, the game is a lot better with sound, as it turns out. I'd say that sound is one of my major factors in this game. So yeah, Big Hole kind of works now. You can't really see a whole lot of it because time-lapse, but yeah, it's really good. You should go play the game. It's on it, should be in the description. It's garbage. So yes, Big Hole is now a thing, and then I get to work on designing the player for the actual levels, because it uses a separate player controller between the levels and the introduction section, because of how they play entirely differently. My player controller I'm not proud of for this game, because it works, but it's garbage. The only thing worse than my player controller in this game is the combat system. It sucks. I'm gonna have to rework it multiple times because of how bad it was. Here we're designing just a wee bit of a Skelly boy, because Skelly boys are cool, and I'm like trying to do some cool stuff with my 3D elements. Don't know why. Still look bad. Temporarily had a thick sword, but fix that and just make the game a little bit better. We added a Unity particle system onto the sword, just like it's gonna be on the screen most of the time, so may as well improve it. Designing a template enemy texture. Just throw that in there so the levels are a little bit less bare. And here's where the fun began, because I had to design the enemy controller system. That was great, and when I say great, I mean a nightmare, because ooh, this caused a lot of pain throughout most of the project. Trying to make a little health bar for the player. I failed doing it myself, so I'm gonna bada bing bada steal one off Brackies. And then my video lagged out because I was in Discord. And then, by the power of Brackies, my health bar is moderately okay now. And then, I'm not sure what I'm doing right now. Some magical coding thing, I'm sure past Jara understood it.
Which one of us is out of line? Although you say you can prove more, I can feel it down to my core. In a world
still working on coding the enemy system.
what I'm told, but in this blue world filled with bones, I'll just keep dancing on my own.
Still working on the enemy system.
It's a useless waste of time. I don't care what's on your mind. The truth was never for us to find. We could lock horns all day, but really who cares what we say? We will be lost before we fade.
Okay, so in case you haven't figured it out by now, the enemy system, it was a big pain. Like, I'm talking like half of the project time I probably spent working on the enemy system. I had to redesign the entire thing from scratch at least once. It was actually only once. I spent so long working on it the first time, and then redesigning it worked instantly. Well, not instantly, but like minor tweaks required, instead of Nightmare that was the first version. That thing sucked. So yeah, I'm gonna continue smashing my head against non-existent walls to try and make it work.
Much to explain. That you will find this wall, the one that's infinitely tall. And as we move the hour around, are we just dancing?
Oh, I just celebrated. I don't know what happened. Something great must have happened. I'm assuming I just got it working, or at least this version, moderately working. Because I know it needed major improvements later on because I had to rework the whole thing. So here I start doing renders for both itch and the actual game. What am I saying? Mouth, brain, something. So yeah, start doing texture renders for both like cover image of the game and the itch page. Here we get to work on the sword pickup system. Boom. Sword. Here I start preparing, oh wait, just then I started preparing to implement the audio system for the audio triggers throughout the game. And now I'm trying to design the health bar for the enemies. I wonder if it'll work. Based on the number of restarts I just saw, I'm guessing the answer was no. Well, that looked promising. It's strange, I'm literally watching this to do the audio recording, and it's like, I have as little idea as I did then about what I'm doing, as I do now, and I've already done it now. So I don't know what's going on, but it's going on.
Back the time that you have spent being lied to, and as you change, the days will follow.
Move over to squares. I wonder if that was a good move or not. I legit have no idea what I'm trying to achieve right now, but I presume I'm still working on the enemy system. Now, here I hit a little bit of an issue with performance, because, yeah, when I was running the game normally, I got 700 FPS, and then suddenly I magically started getting like 40 to like 30 FPS, and I'm wondering, what was up? What was up, you wonder? I was recording. When do I get good FPS while recording? So that was that question answered. I didn't figure that out for a while, but that was what went wrong. Right now I'm trying to get the death screen working, I think. Not actually sure what I'm trying to do. Oh, the magical questions of what am I trying to achieve? Does past me know? Probably not. Does current me know? Probably not. Welcome to Art with Air Scratch. Lesson 1. How to draw whatever the heck that is. So then we start importing some more enemy textures and converting them into materials, which is probably the wrong way to go about it, but it's the way I went about it, so deal with it. I mean, or you could just not, but I'd prefer if you did. Right now I'm really just working on making sure the enemy system works, the combat system is balanced-ish, and like not entirely boring to play, because there's a lot of just ducking in and out of the combat zones to deal damage and not die. It's absolutely thrilling gameplay. So yeah, working on levels. So here I started working on the sort of trigger system that would load you in from one level to the next, and I wanted to try and design a elaborate-ish system that would make it so that it at least possibly prevented the player from backtracking. It's garbage. Basically, when you hit the trigger, rocks fall out of the sky, but you've actually already been warped. It's not that great, but it's what I did. So here we're working on the final level, making a boss fight, named it Gerald because Discord chat said so. So, to whichever person said we should name it Gerald, or whatever it was, thank you for contributing. I'm trying to figure something out. Or I'm just hungry for fingernails. Who knows? Some more sound work, I think. Based on the fact that there's the voice lines text file in front of me, I'm assuming I'm recording all the voice lines for the game. This part was quite near the end of it, like we're talking... This is on the last day. Getting kind of close to the end of the jam. Here's a cat, because cats are cute. It's sleeping. Time-lapse sleeping cats. So yeah, reusing the rocks mechanism... Words. Tried to design an iffy transition to the final scene. Because I'm bad at game dev, so I don't know how to do like a decent transition. And fun fact, there's this thing that I found out since making this game called animations that you can use in Unity. They're great. Wish I'd known about them prior to making this game because it would have made it way better, but I didn't. So combat could have looked decent-ish. It doesn't though, so you just deal with that. So currently I'm just trying to make this final scene look okay-ish, and then have a little bit of a transition into the like ending cutscene. Unfortunately, like, a lot of the end of this video got cut off because I lost interest in recording. Hi guys, thank you all very much for watching. This video took a lot of work. See, right there. That's sometimes I had to re-render it, so that's why it looks garbage in some points. I did my best. Hope you enjoyed. If you got to this point in the video, go type pancakes in the comments to confuse anyone who haven't reached this point in the video. And, yeah, thank you for watching. See y'all next time. Goodbye, I guess. I don't know, I'm tired. Bye.